record a computer.
There you go.
That looks
Very
like it's
good.
excellent. Okay.
You made it.
All right. So let me just move you guys over and find my cursor app, and we'll be good to go. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, Alan, since we almost missed you last time, let's start with you.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. So this is a
A real Calgary.
this is a real cowboy. This guy's out in the mountains, and he's herding this little group of cattle around. But how this one came about? Well, we went out there to do some hiking, and of course, you never know what you're going to come across. But then a couple of weeks back, there, Vino brought this guy in for a presentation on black and white and different things, and he adds a lot of texture to his black and white images, and so I kind of processed this based on this guy's style. So, and that's what I come up with. But aside from that, I just love the way, the horse and the rider. I particularly like the hat and the angle that it's at and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah. When you'd probably agree with me. I think if you leave more grain in the images before you convert them, that helps too.
yeah.
Yeah, it makes it look more like original black and white film.
So I added a lot of texture in the Nick Silver Effects program.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. There is film grain there too you can add. Have you tried that?
no, I haven't.
Yeah. Yeah, give that a try. Were you going for a border or something? I see like there's
Yeah, I just kind of trying to make it a wee bit old looking as well. So
I got you. Yeah. The borders you can also adjust if you want to bring them in a little and leave white or black or something around so they can thread out. Fortunately, I got to get a new version of Silver Effects because it's not working on the new M2 or M1 chip anymore. So,
okay.
yeah. Otherwise, I would show you different things, but no good today. Okay.
All right.
I almost like to see a little more shadow detail in here that you could do locally.
Yeah. And I wonder about that on the cows down there, maybe a little more light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
I like the light in the grass below the horse there.
Yeah,
Where
comes
it's
across.
light.
Yeah, I agree. Especially over in here, it's
Yeah, I
starting.
would like to have gotten a little bit more on the cattle there, but
Now, if there's nothing there, you could take this highlight and just slightly paint it in to get a little separation here.
okay.
That would help as well. And then I would probably lose that little dark
Oh yeah.
spot there and maybe tone this one down. Looking good. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
See, we'll make this a little bigger. There we go.
So this is in the foothills areas. Maybe not. It's only about half an hour away from where we live here. You can just see the mountains in the distance. But this tree was kind of sticking up, and all that beautiful color was all around, and I did add a little topaz effect to the background there, that chalk on concrete. Just a little bit more separation. So then I had to go in and unmask it from the tree and the limbs.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah, you can start seeing the texture up here.
Yeah. If you zoom right in, you can see the texture. And it's maybe about a half as strong as what
Yeah,
you would.
there you go. Okay.
Hmm.
What do you think about this tree here, maybe toning it down a little so it doesn't compete so much with this guy?
Okay. Yeah.
Anybody got any other comments?
So just in terms of just darken it down a little bit, Sandy, or
Yeah, yeah,
But-
maybe just pull the highlights down a bit.
yeah,
You know, I wouldn't make it look like that, but you
yeah.
know, just maybe somewhere in this range, you know, where it's really getting warm or brighter here rather.
But I love what I liked about this was the way the tree was just sticking up there above everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, you know, the other thing I would do is either clone or darken these down so that your eyes are not jumping around these light spots here.
Okay.
Could be about it on this one. Okay,
Nice shot, Tom.
yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
this is my that's my daughter-in-law, second from the left here.
Hmm.
And she's just putting a new kind of quartet type together.
Mhm.
And actually it's a new duet. I'm sorry, a new duet. And she works with these three other, she's a violinist, and she works with these three other cellists at different events and what have you. So she wanted to put a new kind of website together or new advertising. And so she asked me, and I invited Vinod along to help me take some of these photos. So this is just one of many, of course.
Hmm.
But what I did like about this is I put the flashlight behind them, and
Oh, yeah.
got some nice texture coming out on the wall.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes, that's very,
Oh, thank you.
that could be an album cover.
Could
We
be.
have albums these days.
I would probably bring their faces up just a little bit.
Bit more.
These two. Yeah, these two, and maybe soften up these lines here just a bit,
Okay.
especially on her. Yeah.
I told her any photoshopping would be extra.
Well, I guess you could earn your keep now. For relatives, double. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so we'll just open up Photoshop, do the same thing in Camera Raw.
Actually, I was playing around to try and make her smile a little bit, but
Uh,
I didn't want to mess it up. So
yeah, she looks a little stern. Do you have a better shot of her face? Maybe you could comp it in.
maybe I could, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be another option.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go to Camera Raw, you know, basically we'll just get a local with a brush. And usually what I like to do again is when I add, I turn the auto mask off so you can get what you want. And we may have to do them individually, but, and then when I want to get rid of the overspray, I hold down the Option key and put the auto mask back on. So you can just fine tune it. Yeah, we'll see what happens on the chin there. And then let's just mess with highlights a little bit. And white. Maybe a tad of exposure. Yeah, I think that's about all it needs. I mean, you can get carried away here,
Yeah,
but
brightens it up. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
actually,
right.
you know, I'd rather go too far and then bring it back because then you know it looks a little more natural. I think somewhere in there. Now she's looking a little peaked, so I'm gonna take the flow down and just kind of tickle in what needs to be on her. There you go. And I think that'll probably work.
Yeah.
Now for the, this is a little small, but get rid of this. So there's your before. Did I hit cancel? No, I didn't. Yeah, there we go. Before and after. Or we can make a state snapshot there, and now you can see the before and
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it helps a lot.
definitely better. Yeah, sure does.
Yeah. Now this was bigger. I'd go in and do the retouching, but one way to do it, if you don't have another,
Oh, good. I definitely have more images of her. Whether
Yeah.
it fix,
you know, if
whether
you
it'll
get,
work.
if you get your mask or your cloning tool and make it just a little bigger than what you need, and pick up near it destination here and put it on maybe 1 or 2%, 10 or 20%. That's probably a little too big. Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah.
But yeah, just maybe 10%. It could be enough. And just
Yeah,
tickle that down. Those lines.
really good.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. This is really small, but
Hmm.
yeah, I'll give you an idea. We've got a little dark spot there. Let's get rid of that. There we go. And you can do the same thing with the bags.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, once you do her, everybody else will want it. So that's what I would do.
Okay. Well,
You have Neo or not?
yep.
You know, you can play around with the face stuff in Neo too. I don't know if that's 4 people. I've played with it with 2, and you'd be surprised how much you can get done in there without doing any retouching.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you just go, let's quickly go to Neo. Just updated, I noticed today too. So this is a newer version, but I'm gonna have to pull this down a little bit. There we go. Nope, didn't do it. Reopen. Actually, that's not Neo, that's preview. Yeah. See if I can just get it to reopen. I think this happened before, didn't it? We had to keep this out of the way. All right. So let's go back here to preview. Try that again. Now that it's open. There we go.
Okay.
So if you go in your edit tools and
Yep.
you go down to your portrait, here's face.
Right.
We'll see how many it'll do. Wow, let's just turn up face light and see. Oh yeah, it gets them all. Yeah, so you can do a similar thing this way.
Yeah.
And with a mask, with a very soft flow, you can adjust it.
For each one.
Yeah.
Is that an automatic thing?
Yeah.
The masking?
It's pretty amazing.
Wow.
Does eyes, mouths, skin. So let's see what happens with the skin here.
Yeah, that's worth the price of admission right there.
Exactly. Yeah, you can soften the skin down a little bit. You can take, if you got a lot of shine, you can take that down, but you got nice flat lighting here. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So you know, and here's your before and after. So again, if they're getting too bright, what you can do is with your mask, you can go in here with a brush and do erase, and then just take your strength way down. Okay. This is the only thing I don't like. It turns red, so you can't really see what's happening while you're painting. So you just gotta kind of do it and let go. Yeah, that's a little better on her. Maybe a little too much on her. Yeah, there we go. And maybe even a little more on her.
Excellent.
Okay. So before and after.
Yep.
And again, we can go back to face. Now, the problem with this, if you worked with their older product AI, is if you go back, it's going to open up a new one. It's not like AI where you just go back and it's where it was. You got to go into your edits that you've done before. So here's the face edit here. So we're going to take that light down just a little bit. There we go. Okay. However, what we can do now is we can just put a face light on her again by redoing it. If you want to add just a little more to her. So if we just look at her,
Oh, yeah.
all right, and then you go in your masking and you want to brush it in. So you're just putting it on her. Now that you have it just on her, you can adjust it accordingly. There you go. Maybe you might want to add a little more to her. So again, with the masking, just take your strength down because you're just going to tickle it in. The dark areas here. Yeah. There we go.
Excellent.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit on her shadow area. There you go. So here's before and after.
Oh, it's a big
I'm a
difference.
little exaggerated. I probably do a little bit less. Maybe a little too strong. But you get the idea.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
So the only other thing I was going to ask you about that particular shot was the light down at the right-hand cello. It's really bright in there. Is that not on there?
Yeah, I would knock that down too. Yeah. And maybe see if you get a little more
Yeah.
highlight detail there.
Okay.
And just this little sliver here too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Oh, I see it coming down through here too.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Good call. And here too. Yeah. Anywhere you see it's really bright, you can take care of it. I would just pull your highlights and your whites down a little bit. And if it starts getting muddy, just change your color temperature up a little bit.
Okay.
So,
Good.
yeah. I guess we can do that quickly. Oh, here we are. Okay. So, I mean, you could get fancy and do it with luminance range, but let's just do it with a brush real quick here. And I'm keeping it down so I can see the flow rates down here.
Mm-hmm.
That way you just kind of add it in as you want. Oops. If you hit that brush by accident, move it, just hit undo and you get back where you were. All right, we want to get really teeny in here. All right. Maybe it'll take care of this too. Let's see. All right, so pull highlights down. Take some whites down. And I think I'm going to spread this a little more. All right. And I think I really want to add a lot more in here. So just keep clicking and painting over and over, and it'll build up to where you want it.
Oh, yeah.
And then with your negative remove tool, you can take where it's spilling on them. Okay. Yeah, that helps. Now see how it's getting a little dirty? So here's your color temperature. You can just warm that up slightly. And if it's warmer or oranger, you can add magenta this way. But I don't think it needs it on this one.
Nice. Yep, yeah, that's really good.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Is that carbon fiber?
It is, yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
So, I mean, there's 1,000 images in some of these photographs. And I really just liked, the strings coming up and the texture on the instrument, and then of course the bow there. So I just wanted to zoom in and try and capture that part of it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Now I ran this in black and white. It actually looks, I think, better in black and white, but
I don't know. I like the warm and cool going on here.
Yeah.
Even just here with the subtleties.
Yeah.
This keeps getting my eye and distracts me. I would either cool this off or do something. Yeah. So maybe even blur it a little more, but definitely maybe cool it off since everything else is going cooler there.
All right.
Okay. Ah, that's beautiful.
Thanks. So this is actually an old image from maybe about a year ago, and it was in color, and then I put it in black and white, and I kind of liked it.
yes.
And then I got the idea of changing the sky out and putting the colored sky in all over the black and white, and
Oh,
kind of liked the effect of it. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yes.
it's a little bit different. So
Definitely. Normally something this bright would bother me, but I don't know if it's a problem on this one. It kind of brings you up and around here. That's your call. You know, you might want to take it down somewhere in here.
okay.
Just in this highlight here, I think.
I love the shade of blue, and it looks more like ice, right? It's kind of icy blue.
Yeah, I like that blue. It's nice. It's almost starting to look like a duotone.
Okay.
Yeah. It's surprising how nice some of these city lights photos do work in black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets away from different colored lights. That might be a distraction.
Yeah. You found it. I doubled that one down quite a bit. And
Yeah, it almost looks like a little spaceship, like a flying saucer taking off.
Or a mushroom cloud.
Yeah, there you go. Ooh. Yeah,
maybe I should just take that out. Yeah, probably should.
maybe it's one of those Russian fighter jets crashing.
Right.
You guys heard about that? One just crashed in Russia into a 9-story building, apartment building.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Anyway, so that's me for this week.
Ah, very nice.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
good job.
Thanks
Thanks.
for bringing them in. Well, we got a light crowd today. We're going to go through this pretty quick. Okay, Jim.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's fall here in Michigan. So I just had to put together a few little images. And this, I put a kind of a chalk-like filter on it, but then I backed it off quite a bit too. So
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. We don't get the red leaves here.
Yeah. Little
Now,
vignette.
that's sugar maple.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Really bright. I don't think I'd do anything with this one. Anybody?
yeah, yeah. It has a quite a painterly look.
Mhm.
Some of the techniques of just like dots of color.
Yeah, kind of dapple the light there.
Yeah, nice. And I
Very
like the bridge going across in the corner and then the little grass down the lower left corner.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, this leads you in nicely. Maybe just this little piece here you can darken up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
Mhm. Yeah, be about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, so this one's just out in the middle of a field, and the trees are just all turning colors
Mhm.
all around the area this week. So just
Yeah.
thought I'd get a few of them before I go back home.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how quickly they change. Huh?
Yeah, some of them are already coming down because the leaves are, it's raining here now and wind's blowing. So kind of it's on its way out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When you heading back and down here?
We're gonna Friday,
Oh, okay. Excellent.
but be probably Monday before we get there.
Ah, yeah, might as well take your time. And Alan, you're flying down what, the 20th?
Yeah, Thursday, be there Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll see y'all soon. It's starting to get crowded. Not too bad though.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Yeah,
I
these,
don't, I don't know if darkening this up subtly will bring your eye over here more. It's just a thought. Let's see. Go into Photoshop here. All right. Let's just grab a linear gradient here and maybe something like that. Just try just taking the blacks down a bit. Highlights. Yeah. That's probably too much black there. Take that back. Really touchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's helping or not. It's just bringing the darks darker. You may have to go a different way on this. Or not bother. Let's see here if we warm this up a little bit.
Yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah.
Not so much exposure. See if we push the shadows up and kind of wash out those blacks a bit. That's a little better. Okay. So the cheat there is to warm it up first with your color temperature.
Mm.
If you want to make it redder, then add a little magenta. You could do that. But since it's gradiated, it's just going to be in the foreground pretty much. So I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now you could pull this up a little bit. And you can compress it a little bit. Get it to fall off quicker. We could show it. Now you kind of see where it's dropping off. Because this is a little more subtle than some of the ones we do. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so that's before, it's after. Yeah, I
So-
think that helps. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe just a little less. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so just a painterly look. I think I put a, let's see, a Cezanne on this.
Ah, mhm. This is in topaz.
Yeah, and topaz, yeah.
Amazing.
Mm.
Mm.
I'd either darken this up or crop in a little.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. The rest of it. Maybe tone this down a little bit. Not much. Probably up like this. Once
Mhm.
Yeah.
You certainly get some beautiful fall colors there in Michigan.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys think about maybe lightening this up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you can tone this down a little too. Bring your eyes more into here.
Hmm.
I would probably tone this down first and see how this plays. And then if you need to lighten it up, go for that. Okay.
Good. Thank you. So yeah, here's just a straight shot down the highway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, colors are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, people brag about New England, but we're lucky enough to get in Michigan in the fall, and we're much more impressed with the colors there.
Yeah, we used to get some pretty neat colors in Illinois, and of course up in Door County,
Mm.
we would go up there. But I went to Detroit once to visit some people, and it was right when everything was peaking. And I gotta say, on the way there, all the surrounding forests were amazing.
Mhm.
The hills, yeah.
Yeah.
The colors.
This is in western Michigan, so it's on the other side of the state.
Yeah.
But it's all pretty gorgeous this time of year, for that's for sure.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I normally don't spend this much, spend this late of the season.
Mhm.
So I promised my wife that we'd wait this year and see all the fall colors. So
Ah.
there it is. So your wife has suddenly a way of twisting your arm.
Yeah. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Right. But it's worth it. It really did. It was
Definitely,
really
yeah.
nice.
It wasn't like she wanted you to paint the fence before you left.
Ah,
I didn't say anything. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this one I put a Degas on it. And again, it has a more of a dapple look.
yeah.
And so just different colors, really intense.
I like it. It's nice.
Mhm. Yeah, these flags are fun too.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing my eye goes to after I see all the colors is over here. So I would definitely not.
Yeah, that was a tint in the
Oh yeah.
underneath the trees. So
Hmm.
I don't know what to do with that. Maybe
Yeah.
just eliminate it.
You could, yeah, you could clone it out, grab some of this stuff here. That would be one thing, or just make it dark enough you don't know what it is and soften that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd be all right. This side be easy to just darken down, but you got to break this edge up here to
Yeah.
break this one down. Might be easier just to pull some of this stuff in.
Yeah.
The other thing I see is a couple artifacts which happen on some of the effects, and you can just clone those out.
Right.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
Is that because of the strength that's been used that you get these artifacts, or is it just they're there?
I don't know. There's different artifacts with every one of those effects in topaz. You know, some of them between the the branches, it doesn't do anything, and it does it around it, so it's lighter in the middle, and you got to play with that. And yeah, you just got to look around and see. They're all different. Sometimes you can move something and it'll change. Yeah, move one of the sliders, it'll change. But you know, if you really like the effect, just retouch it when you're done. It's the easiest way. Well, thanks, Jim.
Mhm.
Thanks for bringing the fall to us. That's amazing.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. Okay, Wendell.
Yeah. Okay. I've been behind the curve on getting flower pictures, it seemed like. SIGs. So I did dig out a couple that I had, and of course wanted to do something tricky with them, rather than just straight flowers. So this was a Photoshop effort to try to highlight the flower and yet provide a border around it that was actually part of the background. So by doing selection and layers, I was able to get the flower sharp and blur the background, also darken the background, and then crop out the square section around the flower and overlay it on the background that I'd cut down the opacity of that layer.
Mhm.
And then finally ended up by just putting a border around it. So trying to focus attention fully on the flower, but yet give some feeling of what's around it. And it gave me a chance to play around with layers and stuff.
Mhm.
Nice, nice rose.
Yeah, probably one of the best I've ever captured. I didn't have to do too much, just light or darkened up a little bit right in the center. There was one really bright spot that I toned down a little.
Mhm. The reflective light is really nice.
Yeah,
Oh, that's beautiful.
I wondered about going in with a spot repair tool to get some of those little brown spots on the edge of the petals, but decided not to. They were part of the flower,
Mhm.
so I let them be. Anyway, that probably took me an hour to do this by the time I played around with all the selections and layers.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be a cover for a client for a floral magazine or something, I'd go in and do that. But for these, you know, I think it's fine.
Oh yeah, where you're trying to sell a professional.
Right. But you're showing the flaws and the beauty. So, you know, fine art stuff
Yeah,
is nice.
Yeah.
And you're the client.
yeah, yeah,
Which is always nice.
yeah. I don't know if I cropped in too tight around the flower with the darker, the square section or not. I didn't have a lot of room on the edges to play with, so I
Yeah, especially on the vertical. You know. What do you guys think?
I was just thinking that the square or the frame or the rectangular frame might be better with a square frame. Just
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, well, I picked an 8x10 outer frame and fit this in it. But, well, I thought it crossed my mind I could have taken a square, but part of it was I didn't have any more image on the top and bottom
right.
Mhm.
to deal with, so I did spread it out to the sides to show a little more.
Mhm. I don't think that bothers me because I really like the effect that's going on in the border.
Uh,
It would be nice to see a little more on the top and bottom.
yeah, if I'd had it, I would have probably.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but since you don't, I guess kind of works. Maybe you can narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah,
So
I could have maybe
so it's
gone.
not such a big difference. It's almost 3 to 1. Maybe make it like 2.5 to 1.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, this is pretty much the same technique, except I used an oval selection to create the shape around the flower. And also on the background, used the eraser tool with a big soft brush and very low percentage.
Oh, to give it that white vignette look.
Lighten the edges.
Mhm.
Originally, I wasn't even going to put a frame around it, but then I to go ahead and make a frame for it.
Yeah, I wonder if you might want to try another version where you did a soft edge instead of a hard edge. Although you softened
Oh.
it some, but maybe feather it out and see how that works.
Yeah,
So it's more subtle.
yeah. I think, yeah, this was probably full of hard selection
Mhm.
tool. Yeah, I could have softened that up a little bit.
Yeah, just take your selection and feather it out.
Mhm. Okay,
Yeah, worth a try.
Yeah.
Another variation. I really love what's going on here.
Yeah, it's really nice.
yeah. Yeah, that nice hibiscus blossom.
Yeah.
Mm. It's funny. I was talking to Richard Hovey yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember him. He hasn't
Oh,
come to
yeah.
our class, but yeah, he came to a lot of other classes. He was just showing me a picture of one of his neighbors has a hibiscus bush in his apartment, and it was just blooming. So he was photographing it.
Mm,
Beautiful.
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one's really got some nice edges on it. Really like
Yeah,
that.
I guess the turned edges kind of give a highlight to the
Yeah,
edge of the petals.
yeah, just
I
kind of
didn't do anything.
serendipitous to see two of
Yeah.
them in a couple of days. That's great. Was this in Hawaii or something local?
Noah's Ark back patio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, some people that moved away left this, gave us this plant, and it
Oh,
survived
very
a couple of
nice.
years now.
Yeah.
It does make nice blossoms.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
though it's about one stick stem and about 2 foot tall.
Wow.
Hmm.
Very nice. Well, that was a nice gift.
Make sure you cover up in the winter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm out there
Bring
with
it in.
sheets.
Yeah,
It's cold night.
Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to get chilly at night. It was about 52
Mhm.
now. You know, so coming down. All right.
Okay, this was part of a trip we took just in the last week. Took a short trip to Temecula, California, and stopped in Yuma, both going and coming to shorten the drive each day. And this is a church in Yuma. It's up on the hill, kind of overlooking the old prison. It's the La Purísima Concepcion Mission Church it's actually an Indian reservation. And I just got out there in the morning and took this, and it's a Lightroom basic edit, and then I used the Topaz oil painting effect at a 50% level, and that brought in some of the texture and a little different feel, but left detail the way it was.
Yeah, it looks like it's mostly detail. Although you can see some of it here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it lends itself to this kind of surface really nicely.
Yeah.
Look what's going on up here.
Yeah, that doesn't show up in the original much at all.
Wow.
Well, I probably did. I think I did increase the texture while I had it in Lightroom.
Mhm.
It didn't do much else with it. It's got a lot of stuff over on the left side in the shadows, but
Mhm.
there because it was pretty well hidden in the shadow. So.
What do
Anyway,
you guys think about maybe just knocking this down a little bit?
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You probably did some, but I'd take it maybe a little more.
Yeah, get that light area that kind of goes off the edge of the
Yeah,
image.
this one right here, and then just this little one here, but that one's
Yeah.
not so bad, but yeah, this right here, I think. And then I'm wondering about that, though, is that a solid white border? Maybe you could make it a little towards this and take
Oh.
it down just a hair. You know, I wouldn't match it, but you know,
Yeah.
just because
Oh,
it's just so bright.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Did you just use straight white?
You know, maybe tone it
That's-
down a little bit,
Yeah,
20%.
I do that sometimes when I think about it.
Yeah.
Especially-
Yeah, maybe warm it up a little bit too.
Yeah,
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 I
that's
think
a
that
good
would help.
idea.
Okay, cool.
Okay, this was in Borrego Springs, California. At, went there just because I was kind of curious about the Anza Borrego State Park, and they happened to have it right around that town, 130 of these big steel, rusty sculptures.
Wow.
And this thing stands probably 10 feet tall or so, because eye level was just about at the upper part of his front legs there.
Hmm.
And so I took a bunch of them. This one, I call it the bounding elephant because it had posts supporting 3 of the legs that looked kind of goofy. So I took them out. Got this improbable leaping elephant. And that was basic Lightroom editing. And then I used Topaz Happy Little Trees, which gave it a little bit of a cartoonish look. So it wasn't quite as serious as the unaltered original.
Mhm.
Just backed it off to about 70%, so it wasn't taking full effect of it. But anyway, that was just kind of a fun thing that I did. I took a bunch of pictures of those sculptures.
Good
Well,
job.
Oh, thank you. One thing I was thinking, looking at them, that they really must have cost a lot to build them, so many of them, because they're all welded steel.
Oh.
And I found that this is an area, some land that was bought for conservation purposes by a guy named Dennis Avery. And he paid for putting these sculptures in.
Hmm.
And also found out that he passed away, an heir to the Avery label company, like
Ah,
postage labels. So
Mhm.
that's where the money came from. It took a lot to build all these sculptures. But anyway, that was,
Was it one artist or several?
yes, actually it was Ricardo Reseda, who may have a shop nearby, but we drove through a little town that had a shop with a lot of these sculptures outside. Whether it was his, I don't know, but anyway, I guess he did all of these. So that made a good living for him for a few years, I think.
Mhm.
Anyway, but, you'll probably see more in the future.
Yeah. Well, about the only thing my eye keeps catching are these hard edges, so I would just blend these just a little bit, like,
Oh,
yeah, like around this thing, or maybe even just get rid of it. It's probably some drips
Yeah.
from the Corten steel, and there's a little one right here,
yeah.
yeah. And then maybe just sharpen up the bottom of his foot there, and I think everything else looks good.
Mhm.
Same here, you know, just sharpen that up, and he'd be looking like he's flying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did have to do a lot of cloning down in the area around his left front foot,
Yeah, I
rid of
bet.
pipe post.
Yeah, maybe just tickle the shadow into here a little bit, but there's just a little hard
Oh.
line right there, yeah. And then
Oh,
this maybe just get rid of it, you know, keep this edge and just bring some of this stuff in.
Yeah, that could.
Yeah, that'd be easy. All right.
This one, some of you have seen in the black and white a couple months ago,
Mm-hmm.
but I liked it, and so I did a little modification to it and decided to put it in today's group. It's just a composite of a cat sign from a restaurant in Riverside, California, and then the hummingbird was on the feeder, and I just turned it into a silhouette and stuck it in the frame to
Pretty
give
cool.
the cat something to look at.
I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
And then the bottom, that gray band was part of the, I guess, the frame of the sign that I took. And so I used that to put the tail on it like that. So,
Nice. I like it, Wendell.
well, thank you.
No, it's nice graphic elements.
Yeah, I
I don't
spent,
know, painted the cat, but it's very nice. And then I love just this little
yeah,
thing, just
yeah,
to indicate the head. Like I was talking about before, when you were going in the shadows there with the cows, Alan. Of course, it wouldn't be this strong because this is graphic, but just
Right.
a subtle line really defines things.
Yeah.
mm,
You know, that's a good example of it.
Yep.
Yeah. But you know, softer like this, obviously, for your image.
mm,
I really like the wings on the hummingbird there. It's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. That's one of my few bird pictures. I managed to get one that worked for this.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay. Well, thanks.
Mm,
Let's see. I was contacted by the travel club to show some images about Italy. So I'm revisiting some of those, and I decided to play with the Dolomites today. So we'll look at those.
oh,
This
wow.
is probably about late September of last year.
outstanding.
Yeah, thanks. They're really craggy mountains. Pretty amazing. It's like there's nothing, and then they just come right out of the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, push this thing. It had the warm and cool going, but I pushed it a little harder, and darkened it down a bit, make it a little more graphic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Well, now I'm looking at it, I might get rid of this little glacier here.
Yeah.
Just knock it down. Yeah, these two guys.
Oh, nice.
Kind of gives you an idea of the area. Like I
Yeah.
say, it's just big meadows, and then boom, there they are.
Yeah. And a
Yeah.
horse-drawn wagon.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, and you've got the craggy fence down in the lower right corner to match the craggy mountains.
Yeah.
Is this near Milan?
Northeast of Milan. It is more toward the east and north toward the Switzerland. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of northwest of Venice, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. A little west, but mostly north of Venice. Yeah. And I'm looking, I think I might knock this down a little bit here too. Funny how you step away and come back, you see little things. Maybe get rid of that too. That little white guy there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the way the ground slopes one way and then another way and
Mhm.
into the mountains too.
Yeah.
Slopes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I guess
Yeah.
it's
Beautiful.
the Italian Swiss version. This one's a little hazier. I was going to bring up the detail of it, kind of like the mix between the haze of the mountains and the sharpness of the foreground.
Oh, yeah.
Although I think maybe I could darken the mountains up a little bit. What do you guys think?
I think it needs a cowboy.
Yeah. There's some
Yeah,
cattle
that looks-
rustlers. Yeah,
I think it looks really good.
Italian cowboy. Hmm.
there you go. You'll have to dig up some old Clint Eastwood movies.
Yeah.
Spaghetti westerns.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I see a little spot for my sensor there. Now I'll have to get that too. Okay. This is when we first got it. We actually came in the night before in the camper van and stayed in the parking lot. And this was like right at dawn.
Oh. Oh, so
Wow.
you were just spent the night, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, this was about maybe 20 feet from where we were parked.
Wow.
Over so I could see over the hill.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So did you see all that cloud or mist fall in or disappear, or was it?
It was more disappearing than, yeah, as the sun came up, they started melting away.
Mhm.
This was later, right, mid to late afternoon. We're starting to head back, probably mid-afternoon. There's like a little lodge there that they have for cross-country skiing and hiking and that sort of thing, depending on what time of year. Which is behind me.
Yeah. I wonder how those mountains were formed. The
Yeah, I don't know if they're igneous rock or they were pushed up by a shift or how they were made. They
yeah.
don't look volcanic, that's for sure.
No. Although the one to the right looks like kind of a gentle lava slope, but
That's a
the rest of it doesn't
possibility.
look like-
Yeah, or maybe it just
Yeah, tilted.
the other one and pushed up. I don't know, or could be some erosion. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing though.
Yeah, it is fantastic landscape.
Mm-hmm. It's the only thing that's similar but different enough here is the Tetons.
Mhm.
Same
Yeah.
kind of thing where they just kind of come up out of nowhere.
Oh,
Oh, I like this one.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There was quite a few of these. A lot of them had caved in already, but this one is
Yeah.
still standing. Yeah, I guess he's got a lot of rocks on there to batten the hatches.
Yeah. And they're causing it to settle.
Mhm. There's some nice new ones there too. People are starting to put up the little winter chalets.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can see over here. There's a ski lift that goes up.
Okay, yeah.
So I guess this is probably like a bunny hill or something here. This was to my left from the first shot where the wagon was with the people in the meadow, or the second shot. The first shot was the cliff, but you know, so I was just kind of standing next to this when I took that picture with the craggy fence.
Hmm.
It was on the right. So this is to my left.
Yeah, cool.
I like this little birdhouse they got here, or whatever it is. I'm not
Oh, okay.
sure. Yeah.
Was that a light right above the birdhouse?
Here?
On the left, right above the birdhouse, is that a light?
Yeah, I think it is. Up here, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it is. Yeah. I should probably knock those out.
Mhm.
Good call.
Oh, yeah.
This one, I think I'm gonna back off some of the detail. I brought in a little bit of structure here, and I think I went a little overboard. Maybe just take it down a little bit. But I darkened up this pasture quite a bit because it was pretty bright and he wasn't separating very well. So I darkened up to the fence here, and then I darkened this patch down a little bit too because it was really, really bright.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Mhm. Very nice.
Thanks.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Okay, let me see if I can stop this recording.